Well, Callum Markey has officially made it, what, 3 days into the daily uploads? Maybe 4? Hey, we really are getting there, aren't we? But yeah, like I've been saying, I'm actually trying to upload every single day up until the end of the year. It's about a month and a half of daily uploads. I'm really trying my best, okay? So if you're excited for these daily uploads and you do want to watch them and you do want to get notified when they actually come out, make sure you turn on the post notifications and subscribe to this channel because I don't have a set time I upload them, you know? I upload them at random times and you may want to get notified of when that is. And that's the best way to do it. And it'll make me happy. So it's a win-win. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, today's one of them videos where we take a bunch of topics and we put them all into one video, okay? We have quite a few topics to talk about today. One's actually resulted in Charli D'Amelio, like, losing, like, nearly 1 million followers or some shit. So it's quite intense, but we'll get into that in the future. Because the first topic I actually wanted to talk about was Logan Paul. Now, this is actually someone we've been talking about quite a bit in the last few videos. I think I went, like, a good year without speaking about Logan Paul ever. And I think it's because I would never, like, make a full video just on Logan Paul and what he's been up to. But since we've been doing these, like, multi-topic stuff, he always has, like, this little thing he's done, you know, this little thing that's got people talking. And today's one is actually about Harry Styles. So if you guys aren't aware, and I'm sure you definitely are aware, Harry Styles was actually on the front cover of Vogue recently. This is one of the pictures that was actually used in the Vogue article. As you can see, he's wearing a dress. Now, for the vast majority of people looked at this and was like, sick, Harry Styles looks good or whatever, congratulations for getting a Vogue, and that was pretty much it. But then, as you can imagine, you do get, like, the grumpy, like, 45-year-olds on Twitter with, like, the skinhead and the tribal tattoos, all angry, all like, what you doing? Men don't wear dresses, that's not a real man. Now, one of the people who didn't have this opinion was actually Logan Paul, who got into a bit of a conflict on Impulsive because his co-hosts didn't exactly share the same opinion as him. Now, I would love to say that Logan Paul has actually took quite a good take here, in my personal opinion. I do agree with what he says in this clip. But it does make me wonder, how authentic is he actually being here? Does he mean what he says? And I realise that's quite a bold thing to say, but I do have something to kind of back up my thought process with that. But we'll explain that after we've actually watched the clip.
Bring back manly men? Because Harry Styles wearing a dress in a field? So my question is, like,
it ain't manly, bro.
Bro, why? What
it ain't manly.
What is manly to you? What does it mean? Is manly like being comfortable?
First of all, imagine caring that much. That ain't manly, bro. That just ain't rad, bro. What the fuck, man? Imagine actually caring that much. It's so weird.
Being comfortable with who you are, regardless of what people think about what you're wearing?
I get that, and I understand it's okay to venture out and try new things and do things, and I think it's great for people not to judge other people, but...
Yeah, man. Just like you are now.
Okay,
well, hold on a sec. He can also have his
speak?
opinion. Why are you getting combative? The
Because you guys are making this something it's not. You're the type of people that will look at it and are like, no, men gotta be men and they can't wear dresses.
Listen,
none of us
suck a dick, bro. I would do this in a heartbeat.
No one said.
See, this is the thing, right? So far what he's saying is correct. Or, like, what I think is correct anyways, because I know there's going to be some fucking angry little troll in the comments. Like, I fully agree with him here. Everything he's saying, I fully agree with. I don't have a problem with this in the slightest, but I do want to play the clip a little bit further, because this George guy, who was, like, the co-host of Impulsive, is just so bizarre.
The notion of it, the idea of it, and the idea of him donning a magazine dress in a dress elicits a conversation, and it's a conversation.
The problem is people are too quick to get angry like you. You get angry at our opinion.
And I think
that's just didn't get angry. Just didn't get angry. If anything, you're the one who got fucking angry. You were getting pissed off. You're like, oh, that ain't manly, dude. When realistically, you didn't really have to say anything. Now, you do get a point. I don't want to play the whole clip of this because the whole segment's on Impulsive. You can see it there if you want to. But it does feel like this George guy is just gaslighting Logan and basically being like, whoa, why are you getting angry, dude? Whoa. Like, I'm allowed my opinion, you know? Like, why are you getting so angry? When realistically, he wasn't, okay? The only reason why he's being like, whoa, why are you getting all angry is because he knows deep down that Logan Paul probably is right. But as much as I would sit here and praise Logan Paul, like I said, I don't really know if he genuinely believes this, because if you actually do watch Impulsive, Logan Paul seems to have a very different opinion on things like this. Now, take this clip, for example. It's called Logan Paul Refuses to Do This for Josie, Josie being his girlfriend. And all it is simply holding Josie's purse for a few minutes while she ties her shoelace. Okay, right, let's watch this.
Sometimes when we're in public, we'll be hanging out, she asked me to hold her purse.
No, she didn't. She told you to do what? Hold her purse. Fucking hell. What an evil witch. Now that, quite frankly, is disgusting. In fact, I think you should break up with the girl. You do not deserve that look. You deserve better. Just isn't a big deal though, is it? Like, literally isn't a big deal. Well, let's see what they actually say about this.
The answer is no. Amara does this to me all the time. She's like, babe, hold my purse. I'm like, I'm not.
In public.
in public. It was in one of my last vlogs. I'm like, I'm not.
Oh my god, not in public. Holy shit. Like, who the fuck's ego is actually that fragile to the point where you won't even hold someone's item for them while they just go and tie a shoelace or put the jacket on or something like that? Like, can you actually imagine if it was the other way around? Like, Logan handed his wallet to his girlfriend, and his girlfriend looked at him and was all like, oh my god, that's such a manly wallet. I would not be seen dead holding that. Throw it on the floor and then tie your shoelaces. It just doesn't make sense, does it? All you're doing here is just showing how fragile of an ego you actually have.
Dude, like, I will give everything to this girl, but for some reason, she hands me her purse. Like, I hold it, mind you, but I ain't doing it out in the open. I held it and ducked behind a car. I crawled under a Chevy.
Isn't that kind of just, like, more embarrassing, though? Like, if you're walking down the street and you see Logan Paul looking like he's in a fucking, like, airsoft battle, like, ducking underneath the car like he's in fucking Call of Duty. Like, I just don't understand. Like, yeah, whatever, you're telling some little funny story about how you feel. Like, I don't know, what is it? Like, you don't feel masculine when you're holding a bag? Is that what you mean? Because that's the vibe I'm kind of getting right now. But then when, like, someone like Harry Styles comes out who's wearing a dress and you know for a fact if you're against that, you're going to get a lot of hate because Harry Styles is loved. You're all like, oh, fuck that. I'd wear a dress. Yeah, I think that's cool. I think that's so dope. You're just lying to people now, Logan. You're just lying to people, isn't he? But, yeah, I just thought that was a funny little example of how Logan seems to change his opinions based on the public opinion, you know? But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Am I just over-exaggerating? Maybe I am. But yeah, let me know. Oh yeah, also, speaking of Logan Paul, before we do actually fully move on from him, he's got this whole, like, thing with Floyd Mayweather going on right now. We spoke about it in our last video, so I thought I'd give a bit of an update. He basically came out and said that he wants to fight one of the best boxers to ever live, someone who's 50-0, has never lost, and after losing to KSI, reckons he can take on Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather actually tweeted out this yesterday. These YouTube girls better find some Barbie dolls to play with, because I'm not the one for these kids' games. 3 years ago, a fighter from the UFC said my name and I had to put a muzzle on that bitch. Logan Paul can get the same treatment before I go conquer Japan again. So the weirdest thing about that is, he's not writing off the fact that he might actually fight Logan Paul, so we might weirdly see a Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather fight. I mean, fight, I'm going to put that in quotation marks because it's probably not going to be a fight. Like, it is just equivalent of me and my mates who go and play five-a-side like once a week, going to challenge like Real Madrid to a football game and being like, oh, we're going to storm this, fucking hell. It just doesn't work like that, and it's so bizarre. I don't really want to see it because it's just going to be a fucking shit show. But I do realize Logan Paul will make millions, and to be honest, I would also get beat up for millions of pounds very happily. Like, if you're offering me 10 million pounds, I will take as many punches as Floyd Mayweather wants to actually give me, if I'm honest. But either way, Logan Paul actually came out after this and actually tweeted out saying 50-1 as if he's gonna beat him, but I can't actually show that on screen because I'm blocked by Logan Paul on Twitter, so I physically can't see the tweet. But yeah, you just got to trust me on that one. He did tweet it, okay? I promise. Now, moving on to the next topic, okay? We have the D'Amelios and Trisha Paytas, who obviously just get involved in every single thing that goes on the internet. The two different little scenarios, okay? They all came from the same video where it was like James Charles and the D'Amelios at a meal. Now, the first one we'll talk about is Charli D'Amelio, who was apparently complaining because she didn't have 100 million followers, and that means she's not grateful for her followers.
Ugh, I wish I had like more time. Because imagine if I hit 100 mil a year after hitting a mil.
Was the 95 not enough for you?
Well, I was just like saying like even numbers.
Well,
so, first opinions on this. I can't believe that this might actually be a very unpopular opinion, but I don't think it's that big of a deal in the fucking slightest. First of all, she's 16, so people going at her for not being grateful for subscribers and all this shit just makes zero sense to me. And second of all, it was a joke. It was just a joke. She just goes, oh, you know, I'm trying to reach my goal of 100 mil this year, but we didn't do it. Oh, what a shame. And then she laughs about it and says that she wanted to round up. Like, who gives a shit? Now, I do realize I might get quite a bit of backlash for that, but the fact that people are genuinely getting annoyed for that, I think is so bizarre. She set herself a goal, and granted, it's a fucking high goal, okay? Like, it's a ridiculous goal that no one else will probably be able to set, and she didn't reach it, whatever. She went to like 99.8 mil or whatever it was and didn't get to 100 million in time. You would be a little bit like, oh, it would be nice to get the next 200k, you know, just so it rounds off at 100 mil, because that'd be like a monumental milestone. But I'd get it if she actually like came out and started ranting about being like, for fuck's sake, like, I just wanted to hit 100 mil. What's the point? I've only got 99 mil. That so shit. What the fuck? But she didn't even do that. She just made a little, like, joke about it. Like, I just don't understand. Now, the reason why I said that this could be quite an unpopular opinion is because as this video got released, Charli D'Amelio was on, like, 99.5 mil. She was really close to 100 mil. And now, at the time of recording this, she's lost about 700k followers on TikTok. And the reason for this is basically because people are saying that she's ungrateful for her followers and she doesn't like her followers, whatever, which I don't think particularly makes that much sense. But yeah, clearly I'm in the very unpopular side of that opinion. So yeah, I would love to hear what you guys think. I imagine a lot of you guys are probably going to disagree with me, and that is absolutely fine. You definitely do not have to agree with me by any means. But you know me, hey, I'm always going to give my honest opinions on this channel. We're not going to sit here and lie. If I don't like someone, I'll say I don't like them. If I like them, I'll say I like them. But I won't do it too nicely because that'd be way out of character for MARKIE. But yeah, like I said, want to hear your guys' opinions, so do let me know. Now, we will get into Trisha Paytas' response to all of this in a second, but I want to talk about the other D'Amelio as well, Dixie. So now to give context to this clip before we do actually watch it, basically, they had a personal chef at the D'Amelio household cooking them dinner. One of the items in the meal was actually a snail. Dixie runs out, throws up after eating the snail, says it's disgusting. Then Charli D'Amelio's like, oh, why can't we just have chicken nuggets instead or whatever? And what it looks like straight away, and I do get this, is that she's just being very ungrateful and being quite rude to the fact that a chef has cooked her a meal. So let's see what this actually is about.
Need to be understanding deal terms because a lot of people don't, but unfortunately that's how a lot of influencers. What is everyone laughing at?
What is this?
Oh my god.
It's a mushroom.
No, it's not. That's a snail.
Oh my god.
It is a snail.
Oh!
It's a snail. It's the caracol. It's classic in paella, and it's actually.
Just do it.
Oh, Dixie, wait.
No, you're getting.
That's... yummy.
See? Look at this.
It sometimes happens when. Oh god.
So dramatic.
Don't be so dramatic.
Excuse yourself.
Is she being real? Or is she being dramatic?
Yeah, so as you can see, does come across a little bit rude, doesn't it? What comes across straight away is that the chefs came along, prepped them a meal, Dixie's ate something out of the meal, which happens to be a snail, and then she goes and just throws up in front of everyone who's trying to eat. And that's why people are pissed off. People are pissed off that she was being so ungrateful. But then after the situation actually happened, Dixie D'amelio herself came out and basically just responded to everything, trying to give a bit of context.
Hey guys, if you are here to comment hate like this, maybe hold on one second and know the full story. So my family and I have been working with Chef Aaron May for a couple months now, working on content for our channel and working on content for his channel, and made an amazing friendship. And before I even get into anything, I'm so grateful for every single person that follows me, every single person I care about, every single person I work with, every single person who works with me, because I'm just so grateful of all of the opportunities I've had. So I would never in any way want to be taken as disrespectful, especially from an out of context 15-second clip. So basically my team knows I throw up a lot. I could throw up at the smell, the thought, or the taste of anything. So when they saw the snails, they were like, oh, let's get her and try to see if we can get a reaction out of her.
You just completely lied. Like you're doing a lot of things, and I.
So basically, that clip that wasn't in the original video is my team and Chef Aaron May trying to convince me to try snail, knowing that I would have a reaction. I love Chef, and I would never disrespect him in any way, and maybe don't judge someone's personality.
So as you can see, her basic explanation of it all is that it was a bit of a prank. You know, the chef knew that Dixie reacts like how she does, and thought, oh, you know what, that might be funny for the video. Get her some snails, and then she'll get a funny little reaction for the video. And straight away, I do want to say that is quite possible. There's quite a high possibility that that might have happened. But obviously, that's not going to stop people being pissed off. Dixie D'amelio is also losing followers at a rapid rate right now for this clip in particular. But if what she says is true, and it is a prank, and she isn't just being completely ungrateful to a chef, and the chef was in it the whole time, is it worth losing followers over? Probably not. But I would love to hear your thoughts down below if you do tell me in the comment section. Now, one person who actually isn't afraid to tell their opinion on a lot of things is Trisha Paytas, who actually responded to both these situations we've just spoke about with the D'Amelios. So let's hear what she had to say.
Okay, so I just did a reaction to this video of the D'Amelios and James Charles having dinner with a chef, and I've seen lots of comments from Dixie saying, like, just kind of being really combative and bratty towards people who had criticism of the girls. There's a chef making them food, they're being really disrespectful, just spitting out the food, and they're 19, they're young, but I do think since they are role models on such a big platform, they should be called out when they need to be humbled.
Do you want to stop her there? They aren't both 19. That's just not even true. It's just not true in the slightest. It's Charli what? Charli D'Amelio's like 16, right? Charli D'Amelio's 16, okay? And she lost by far the most followers out of this whole situation.
You see this happen all the time. People get really famous, a lot of followers really quickly. They think they're entitled to 100 million. They complain that they only have 95 million followers. They complain that they have a personal chef. And it's just unbecoming. And I don't think it's something to be embarrassed about because they are young girls, but to be catty and bratty in the comments when people are just like, hey, we're kind of like, this isn't cool behavior. It's just trying to help them.
That's not what it was, though. I feel like she's twisting it quite a bit here. But yeah, people are being like, look, that isn't what you should really be doing. That's a bit stupid. Probably knock that off. But she's also lost nearly 1 million followers off it. Nearly 1 mil. Okay, that's nearly like James Charles' like Dramageddon situation. So if I'm honest, I'm not actually surprised that Charli in particular is sat there a bit like, oh, fucking hell. Like, oh, gee, I didn't realize what I did was that overly bad, and it's probably defending it quite a bit. Maybe I'm the only one who thinks that. I mean, quite clearly, I'm the only one who thinks that, okay? But yeah, like always, would love to hear your opinions on what Trisha said. Does Trisha have a point? Let me hear it. Right, so this is MARKIE from the future here. I actually recorded this video about 6 hours ago, as I'm actually recording this part right now. And actually, since I recorded that, Charli D'Amelio has actually responded to Trisha Paytas and all this fucking mayhem. So I felt like it would only be right if I actually included that. Otherwise, it doesn't really make sense, does it?
The other thing is some people are just getting involved just to get involved. And like, I'm just gonna say it, Trisha Paytas, like this is not, sorry, just you have been completely rude to me multiple times, saying she doesn't have a personality, she can't dance, she's basic. Like, you have your own problems, please stop worrying about mine.
Oh, you know what? She isn't half right, is she? I mean, I get it when, like, Trisha Paytas goes for people and it's all fun and games and stuff, but the lass is, like, 16 years old, man. Just turned 16 as well. And Trisha Paytas is 32! Oh, right, that's slightly embarrassing, isn't it? Okay, that actually is quite embarrassing. Like, we've seen it before on this channel on numerous occasions. It's mental, like, how harsh Trisha Paytas actually goes for, like, children a lot of the time. Like, Charli D'Amelio, literally a child, and then literally calls out Jason Nash being like, oh, he's really weird around children because he's recording videos and all this stuff. You are literally horrible to children. Like, what are you going on about?
And that's all I have to say on that. Quite honestly, I just, like, please stop talking about me. You're not a very nice person. Sorry.
I'm not gonna lie, I do actually feel very bad for it. Like I said earlier in the video, the fact that people are actually getting annoyed over the whole 100 million thing is so fucking bizarre to me. I said earlier it's nearly 1 million people that have unsubscribed or unfollowed, sorry. But it actually is over 1 million now, and that is fucking nuts. It makes zero sense. Oh, and actually turns out, also, from when I recorded earlier, that Trisha Paytas actually responded back to Charli D'Amelio, responded to the clip we just watched, okay? How the fuck is she gonna handle this?
Now, Charli is a minor, so I'm going to try and just handle this with literal kid gloves because she is a child and I understand that. It's concerning how her parents raised her and that she's...
Oh my fucking god. That is actually nuts. What is she saying? Now, before I do say anything, and as you can probably tell by my reaction, this is the most fucking stupid response I've ever heard in my life. I want to hear her reasoning for the statement she's just said.
She's hanging out with James Charles because now she has adopted James Charles' mentality of the keep my name out of your mouth. She told me to stop talking about her and that she's been rude when that I've been rude when she's literally the most followed person on social media. That's what she signed up for.
Trisha, she's 16, man. You're 30 fucking 2. She's actually losing all brain cells here, man. She's losing all brain cells. And then she pulled the card of all like, oh, well, how disgraceful is it that her parents have raised her like this? I think, honestly, from what I've seen so far, I think they'd be more proud about the way that Charli D'Amelio's been raised than you were raised, quite clearly. If I'm honest.
And I haven't been rude. I've given constructive criticism as far as this situation goes because I really do feel for her and I do think it is her...
You haven't though. Like, even if you had, first of all, she's 16. Second of all, you've been calling her, like, basic. You literally went on your podcast with your mother or sister, some other relative, and basically just started slating her and started saying, like, how the fuck is she so big on TikTok when she is literally a child? It makes zero sense, if I'm honest. But yeah, that's pretty much the update on the situation I spoke about earlier today. I feel like I had to include this in the video, otherwise the context would just be missing. It wouldn't really make much sense. But yeah, I think Trisha is being an idiot right now with the stuff she's actually saying about Charli, if I'm completely honest. At first, when she actually said the original stuff and she was calling out it, I was like, oh, right, you're just being a bit of a weird person now. Like, this is a bit out of order, you know? But now that she's actually responding to Charli's response and saying all this stuff, being like, oh, it's shocking how your parents have raised you and all this stuff. That's even worse. That's actually, like, mental to me. But yeah, as always, I'd love to hear your guys' opinions down below, okay? Let me know what you think about it. Honestly, I don't understand what's going on anymore. But yeah, let's go back to past Callum. Let me know your opinions down below yet again. But that is the end of the video, ladies and gents. If you did enjoy the video, please do leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment. Let me know anything you think of any of the topics we spoke about. It feels like this is quite a long video, so I apologize if this is a bit longer than usual. I don't know, maybe you guys like the longer videos. Maybe you can let me know that as well in the comments. But yeah, we are keeping the daily upload streak going to the end of the year, hopefully. So by that logic, I should see you guys tomorrow. Hey, I wonder if I'm actually gonna do it. Okay, right. I'll see you guys in a bit. Goodbye. Every time I drop the mic, I